tell you, Lou, Ferrigno Legacy, that was one hell of a show. You put on a great fucking show. Probably the best show I've ever done. The only thing I didn't like particularly is it was too big. I didn't realize, I wasn't really prepared for the lack of space, even though it was a huge venue for the prejudging. You know, it was like, it was big. It reminded me of a pro show. Well, there was pros there at that show. Anyway, great job. I can't say enough about that show. The next show I'm probably going to do, if I ever do another show, I don't even know if I'm going to do another show. I'll be honest with you. You never know, you know. But this season was great. I want to say, you know, for doing it on my own without a trainer and taking a break from 2012, you know, last show I did was in Miami and I had no trainer there either. If you're going to do a bodybuilding show, you really need a coach, a trainer. I mean, I see people that I take that are just like me. I mean, that's me basically in another body, even whether female or male, they're just like me. When you have somebody pushing them and doing what I do for them, when do they win? I mean, they do everything right. They don't have to think about the diet. They don't have to think about the training. All they have to do is just do it. Most of them have jobs, careers, you know. Some will work 40, 80 hours. The attorneys I trained, they still kick ass. They kick ass. They go in there and they clean it out, man. Like, I had a couple of competitors. The worst case scenario, sorry to be flashing around, but I gotta say this. The worst case scenario you can ever come across in bodybuilding is someone who's a perfectionist, someone who's a overachiever, someone who already had a good physique, you know, they weren't fat, and they got in super shape and just won the fucking whole show from their very first show. They win the whole fucking thing, overall, the whole thing. They never compete again. This is weird. I've known 5 different people that have done this. Five. Not one of them. They just, okay, bodybuilding or fitness. And the other one was figure. This bombshell, you know, gorgeous Cuban girl that competed with me in 2006 when I won middleweight NPC in Miami. Had to go for the overall, man. That's the funnest part, in my opinion, of bodybuilding, the overall. I mean, it's like, there it is, man. We're all like, that's my favorite part of a bodybuilding experience, is pose down for the overall. Anyway, Julissa Cuvito, and I hope you're watching. This chick just did it right. Bam, all the way through. She never competed again. I don't know if I haven't talked to her in a while, but she didn't. After that, she was hang by, suit up, and that's it. So the worst, I should say, the best thing that ever happened to a competitor, and it happened to me, is you get 5th place. I mean, you're scraping and struggling, posing and turning, quarter turning and all, and it's a brutal, you know, pose downs and comparisons last for, I mean, the whole thing seems like it lasts hours, and if you're actually out there for 20 minutes, but a good 20 minutes and a big lineup of, you know, 3 tiers, and you make top 5. You feel like, wow, I beat all these fucking guys, man, I must be good at this shit. Okay, that will get you fucking hooked, because then you go scrape and struggle for 3rd or 2nd or whatever. When you finally get that 1st place, you're like, okay, I won this time. It doesn't even faze you. It's like, now let's just go for overall. But then you also got all the knowledge from all the competitions you did that you realize what it takes to get overall. Okay, nowadays in the NPC, overall competitors, if they do a blowout, they could also be top 10 Olympia competitors. I mean, I've seen it happen. Okay, case in point. And I was going to wear your shirt, but I think I'll wear it tomorrow. Okay? My new favorite bodybuilder is Sergio Olive Jr., okay? I know the area he trained in, okay? And those guys are, I mean, that show, that New York Pro this year, I call it Night of Champions. When I used to go see it, when I lived there, it was Night of Champions. That was the event for bodybuilding. That was the big, I mean, everybody was there at the Olympia for the East Coast. And I saw Victor Martinez do something amazing when he got it, but Sergio Olive, the first pro show, and I'll show the night of, I mean, hello? Night of Champions, I almost said. The New York Pro? That's big. That's like so impressive. It pulled me back in to compete, man. I think when I saw that, I had no idea I didn't want to compete at all. It was the last thing on my mind. When I seen him do that, I was like so impressed by him. I'm like, you know, God damn it. I think I'm going to compete again. You know, like, my girlfriend's like, are you fucking kidding? I'm like, no. She goes, well, good for him, but, you know, you're 51 years old. Whatever, they got masters, you know. And then that classic physique came out. When I dig open my boxes, you are going to see I have been, or I should say I have had, and hopefully still can have, a classic physique, pro physique, for the past 8 years. I could show you pictures. Put it right up next to the classic physique winners, overall winners, and that turned pro this year. And I'm going to show you next video, okay? You can't even fucking tell the difference. If I covered my fucking head and their head, you wouldn't even be able to tell me from them. That's the way you do it. Pictures never lie. They never lie. I used to always say that. I've always said that. When I used to go to all the NPC shows, and I was like kind of trying to work for the NPC news back in the 80s. In early 90s, I had my own online magazine, and I met the Manions, and I met, you know, I knew John Lindsay and Steve O'Brien, and all the people in Cali, everybody. You know, when you're in the NPC and you do shows all the time, and then you become an expediter, and then you go to the, you know, the judging clinics and all that shit, you meet everybody. Everybody. You're like, okay, they're cool. I mean, they talk to you. They're like normal people, regular people. They let you know what they're thinking. They let you know what kind of judging is going to go on, what they expect from you, and, you know, all the photographers even know your name. And it's a very small little club in California. You know, New York is sectioned out into little bigger areas, but Cali's tiny. It's just north and south, and that's about it, you know. But Miami is Broward and Dade, and everything's a little different in areas, but that's going to be another show, okay? What I came to say was that somebody else, in bodybuilding, it's like Jenga. When somebody makes a big move and they do an amazing thing like Sergio did, it's like it pulls me. I fall right back into the fucking sport, because I was like, that was just crazy. I just loved it. I loved the posing routine. I loved the comparisons. I loved his attitude. He was full as fuck. I mean, Chris Aceto, you're the god. I mean, that was like, people were looking at him before. I saw him, I was like, okay, I hope he makes top 10. That's really what I was thinking. When I saw him, I started getting, God damn it, look at him. If they don't fucking give it to him, I was getting all fucking, you know, they better give it to him. And no, even, dude, I saw the look on De La Rosa. It's like, fuck, this fucking guy. He's like, he's gonna fucking make me struggle for this shit. And, you know, he's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I could see it in his face. Oh, fuck, I don't know what's gonna happen. He thought he had that, and he should have had that. He should have had that show. That was his show. It was wrapped up and, you know, all ready to go, man. But you never know. You see, and that gives guys like me hope. You know, competitors, that even ones that quit, that come out. A lot of guys I talked to at the Ferrigno, they came out of retirement because of that classic physique. That's a whole. I did it once, you know, second place. To me, my opinion, it's just bodybuilding. It's just not to the level. It's, you know, the same level. It's like, you know, novice overall guys. It's NPC novice overall guys with a different suit. That's what it is. And it's like, okay, I could probably do that. It's been a while since I competed. I'm older, but I could probably do that, you know. But then I remembered, it's fucking hard. Everything in the NPC is hard. I can't even imagine the IFBB. So, you know, this sport is fucking hard. If anybody tries it, and, you know, they're going to get it. A lot of people, this is what you don't know. You see, I have good ears. I listen and I see all the time. I talk now, but in the gym, I'm just fucking taking everything in, you know. This is why this outlet here, this vlogging, really good for me. There's a lot of people who've competed, and they don't say shit. They drop out at the last minute. You know how I know? Because expediters and promoters, I've seen their lists when I was, you know, in the NPC. I used to go through their list and see, oh, we got a lot of competitors coming here. I get them all excited, and they would tell me, Rob, it doesn't work out like that all the time. Don't get your hopes up. You know, we'll see what we get. No, but they paid anyway, so they're not stressing shit. But when you see the names and the list, how many, and actually how many came, you're like, then you put two and two together, you're like, what the fuck happened to everybody? Oh, something happened to them. They must have got injured. And you're being optimistic. You're like, oh, maybe they got, you know, directions wrong and they couldn't find the show. And you know what it is? I just figured out. They realize they're not ready, and they just say, fuck this, and fuck the money, you know, $100, whatever. That's what happens. So it's a tough sport, man. I would definitely recommend getting a trainer. And I have one in mind. I had one in New York, Albert. He's the man. I mean, that guy got me so... It was the easiest bodybuilding experience I've ever had. I just had to stay on what he told me to do, which is the most difficult thing for me, is just stay on target. That's what you need. I mean, doing it by yourself is 3 times harder. So you're fucking yourself from the get-go. If you win and you did it on your own, bravo, kudos to you. You know, you're the shit. But most people want to be trained, want to be told to eat this shit, and you eat this many times, and you meet me at the gym there, and you got 6 more reps and shit here, put this much weight on it. That just goes like this to you. Look. And then you can go and give it all, okay? Give it your all. Don't think about nothing. Listen to your fucking coach and win, okay? I cannot abdicate training, having trainers. And I'm not just saying that because I am one. This is Razor Rob signing off. Thanks.